All right, so we've been talking about this, I think, for the better part of a week. There's a guy that is a client, a valued client of the radio station. His name is William Kelly. He's the host and producer of the Kelly Truth Squad, Saturdays at 6 o'clock on most of the same radio station. And during the Columbus Day Parade, he got down there, and he had this gentleman with a camera right here, and he was talking or trying to ask Rahm Emanuel some questions at the same time that Charles Thomas of 7 and Jay Levine of 2 were. And he got into a little tete-a-tete, and Jay Levine wound up saying,
"Let him finish or I'm going to deck you."
Really?
Yeah.
And as we've talked about this, subsequently, Amy, you have said that he was out of line. William Kelly was out of line. Well, William Kelly is in the studio with us now, and I thought we'd give you guys an opportunity to kind of discuss it.
Well, I know the ambush journalism aspect, and I know that you had a right to ask Rahm Emanuel those questions and to follow him and in a way kind of stalk him, if I most
First
so
of
say.
all, thank you for having me in the studio.
Okay. Well, okay. You're very welcome,
William.
But
as a
beyond
karate
that,
expert, I would like to say thank you.
But then on that, there's got to be a level of civility out there when somebody's asking a question to let them finish the question, and then you could throw. Why did you feel a need to
that's
scream at Rahm Emanuel?
Because first of all, I want to say that I am first of all very thankful to be here. Thank you for having me. I think I was the civil one in this situation.
But you didn't let him finish his sentence.
I asked my question, and the other reporters were the ones who interfered with my question. I had asked the question first. I'm not the one who threatened violence. I'm not the one who has a history of, like Rahm Emanuel, of vulgar statements. This was, I think that it shows kind of this elitist mentality to blame William Kelly when clearly, if anyone who looks at the videotape will at kellytruthsquad.com can see that I was not the one who was threatening violence. I was not the one who was interfering with other people's questions. I was the one who asked the question, and they interfered with my question. If Rahm Emanuel had answered my question, I would have gone home, uploaded that video to kellytruthsquad.com. I would have gotten my 87 views, and that would have been the end of the story. But the reason it became a story was not because I was being rude. It's because Jay Levine, who I've actually written a song about this incident.
We'll get to that if we have time.
Yeah, well, I think, and I hope you get a chance to see it. If we don't have time to see
Okay,
it.
but what's your journalistic history? I mean, have you been on the streets before? Have you been a reporter? Have you put the time and the hours, the months, the years, the decades in, like most of us have?
I have actually. I write for the Washington Times. If you go to WashingtonTimes.com, search Bill Kelly Truth Squad. I also write the Tea Party Report. If you read those reports in the archives, you'll see that I do.
Right, but you've always lived in Chicago. You've
I've
never
lived
had
in
to live in
Chicago.
small towns
I have
and not
lived in
have
Chicago
furniture and
my
been on food
whole
stamps.
life. I love Chicago, which is another passion.
But it's an
of mine.
honor to be a journalist here.
Yes.
It's not handed to you.
Oh,
You
nobody's
have to
ever
earn
handed
it.
me anything.
And you stepped on the toes of some of the big dogs, and that's why they barked.
You know what, Amy? I gotta say, here's the truth. If you
Well, let me just ask you a question.
Sure.
Did you feel at any time you were really threatened by attack with Jay Levine? Fear of injury? Did you have a fear of injury?
It's interesting that you would say that because Jay Levine, in fact, when he said, "I'm going to deck you," okay, I said, "Really?" At that moment, he could have turned to me and said, "No, I am speaking rhetorically." But no, he did not say that. He said, "Yeah." And he was emphatic. And the police department viewed this video. They came to the determination that this does constitute assault. There has been a warrant issued for Jay Levine's arrest, and a court date has already been set for November 19th. So I think that people are, this mainstream media or the Obama media, or I guess you could say the Rahm Emanuel media here in the city of Chicago will have to learn that they are not the only ones that have a right to freedom of speech. They're not the only ones that have a right to freedom of the press or a right to exist. That actual human beings in the city of Chicago also have a right to exist and to ask questions.
Okay, if you felt so threatened, why did you wait 4 days to go to the Chicago Police or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office?
Well,
I mean, honestly, if I feel threatened, I'm calling 911 right then, there.
You make an excellent point, Amy. The fact of the matter is, had the tables been turned, had I been the one who made that threat, CBS would have filed that report. I would have been arrested same day and crucified. So that's why I think that it's extremely important that
Why'd you wait?
You know what? Because I guess I'm the kind of person that actually is calm and deliberate. My first tendency is to turn the other cheek, but then when I realized that there was rampant hypocrisy going on, I decided that on behalf of real people in the city of Chicago, I had to stand up. And Amy, it's interesting that you keep. I hope I get to sing my song here today. If I don't get to, you can watch it at KellyTrueSquad.com.
Hey, but you wrote a song.
But,
I mean, this is goofy. This is shenanigans.
But let me tell you something, Amy. You're the one who keeps talking about being a real reporter. You should have checked your facts before you came on this radio station and put the radio station in legal jeopardy by claiming repeatedly for him to say over and over and over again that he works for WIND makes me sick. Watch the videotape. I never once said that I work for WIND.
Yeah,
never
you did.
once. Never once. Watch the videotape, Miss Professional Reporter.
Well, hold on a second. If you receive an apology from Jay Levine, does this go away?
You know something? I think that we really need. Well, first of all, why would Jay Levine wait for 4 days to issue an apology?
Well, no, that's a simple question. If Jay Levine apologizes to you,
I think you owe me an apology. You're the one who came on this radio. You're not going to apologize?
Honey,
okay.
It's in there. You want to play the
Please,
bite? The first thing you said, I work for WIND Radio.
You can go to KellyTrueSquad.com and watch this video again and again and again. And any professional journalist would have to say that I never once said I worked for WIND
hold on.
Radio.
You know, whatever. People can look at the video and decide for themselves.
And the truth of the matter is, I don't work for WIND Radio. I work for the listeners and I work for myself.
Okay.
If I worked for any mainstream media, I would not be able to ask the questions that I ask or sing the songs that I want to sing.
If you could do it again, would you wait until those guys got their answers from Emanuel before interrupting?
You see, there you go again, Big John, brother. I love you, but they're the ones who interrupted me. Am I going to get to sing my song?
You know what? I don't. How long does it take?
Oh, it's a 2-minute song, and the fact I can just sing the first half of the song. But we're
why don't we let him sing his song?
There is more to this story. We are going to challenge Rahm Emanuel's petitions, and if you want to help me stand up for freedom in the city of Chicago, you can go to friendsofwilliamjkelly.com, make a contribution at that PayPal, and we are going to challenge his residency. We are going to, this is a fight for the soul of the city of Chicago, and we are going to make sure that Rahm Emanuel, someone who I believe is pure evil, doesn't have a good bone in his body, will never be mayor of the city of Chicago. Thank you. So help me God.
William, I have your song here.
Oh, please.
And I've played it a couple times.
I have a much better version of the song.
Oh, you changed it?
No.
Hold on a second. I'm sure you do. I literally am up against it because of going back.
I'll come back tomorrow and sing a song for you.
I tell you, as the story develops, we'll check in with you. How about that?
Well, the issue, yes, indeed. Thank you.
And he goes to court. Jay Levine is scheduled to go to court. You're telling us he has been charged.
November 19th. That is the court date. And we do indeed have the arrest warrant is being issued. So Jay Levine, if you're listening, you might want to contact the police and find out where you can turn yourself in.
All right, William Kelly. All right, I'll be listening Saturday at 6. Certainly, the saga continues.
Andrew Breitbart will be our guest. I know Amy Jacobson's favorite person.
Well, buddy, you're cutting through the noise. You're cutting through the noise.
Well, I want to sing for you.
In a business that you're supposed to get noticed, you're noticed.
Thank you.
All right. 8:54 here at AM 560 WIND.